Yo, 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 yo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back. We are back and we are back at it.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
what up, Jay? See you
What up,
pop
bro?
right on in with me.
Oh yeah,
I don't know, bro. Just trying to maintain and sustain. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. You know
That's
how we
about
do.
it, bro. That's about it. Yo,
Yeah,
yo, we just want to welcome. We just want to welcome whoever out there tuning in right now. We want to welcome to No Sandbaggin. No Sandbaggin, because we playing our hand to the fullest. We ain't holding nothing back on here. This is a straight talk, real talk type of podcast, or convo cast is what I like to call it, a convo cast instead of a podcast. So it's straight conversation that need to be had. Yo,
yeah.
again, I'm Fresh Press, and of
Yo,
course that's my
yo.
that
You can call me. You can call me James. You can call me JD. Yo, man. Hey, I love to be called my government name though. That's James. You heard me?
Oh, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. But yeah, we just want to come on here and first get a little bit of business out of the way. Want to ask anybody that comes on, if you would like and subscribe to all our channels, our YouTube, Facebook, any of our channels. We like and subscribe, especially on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to it. But like all our channels, and and just roll with us and just flow with us as we go. We glad to have some viewership. I know Rome wasn't built in a day, so we're gonna take this thing step by step. What you think about that, Jay?
Yeah, yeah. First of all, I just want to say thank you, Lord, for for everything you do for me and my family and friends. I pray you continue to bless us all, and in your way, Lord, we know it's already done, and we thankful for the viewers and who's not locked in. We all want blessings for them all. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Hey man, bro, got to get the man upstairs his due praise,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
right.
the only way we're able to do this thing, bro.
You know
That's the
what I'm
only way
saying?
we're able to do it, bro.
Yeah,
But once again, just coming in here with another week of things that's done went on since the last time we was in the presence of you guys, and just do a little chit chatting here and there. Y'all are welcome. Chime in. Say what you want to say. Tap in. And if you really want to really get into the mix, you can send your email address, and we might try to see if we can add you in on the video chat. But the main thing we want to do, if you can, type that chat, talk to us, and let us know what you think about the topics that we're talking about.
yeah.
That's what we really want to try to see us do out here today. So Jay, a week that went by. What in the world you do since last Wednesday, my boy?
Oh man, I had a good weekend. Man. When you got a young one in the household, man. My first one, and hey, I'm blessed for her to be in my life now. You know what I'm saying? But had a little ballet practice. She's getting ready to be in this a little scene, man, that's coming up here soon that they want her to participate in, and she got a lot of practice to do on that. But other than that, took her to tutor class. She in tutoring, so we're keeping her busy right now. Making sure she stay on top of her game. So that's what kind of had me locked in on the weekend. And I always have to give my thanks to the Lord above. Sharing, for sharing all His blessings to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, Jay. That's what's up, bro. Yeah, about the same here. I don't have a little one teetering and toddling through the house, but everything between last Wednesday and today, it's been kind of up and down, man. I had some good times. I had a little times I felt like it wasn't so good. But guess what? All of it ended up being good because I knew I made it through, and I'm still here today. That's why I don't really, try to put no kind of rating on how my week went. It's just like
Yeah,
everything was good. Everything was all good.
yeah,
The draft went on last Thursday. I'm a big time Cowboy, baby. I was like sitting back trying to figure out what them boys gonna do. That's all I was doing. What them boys gonna do. And to be honest with you, I wasn't too excited about what they did, but hey, it is what it is, bro.
yeah. I was locked in, and I'm very proud of how we came out. You know what I'm saying? I think we
Who,
took.
who when you say we, who are you talking about?
Oh man, I'm CP for L for life. You know what I mean? Carolina Panther for life. You know what I mean? So hey man, since they've been in the league, and hey, I always been a Carolina Panther fan. Had retired on other teams that I used to root for. I'm always gonna be on my team side. Heard?
Nah, I hear you, boy. I hear you. Want to say hey to some people just chiming in with us,
Yeah,
coming in right now. My sister Nikki, what's up, girl? Hey, how you doing? My sister Cassandra, what's up, sis? You
yeah,
know we love y'all. What's
yeah.
up with you?
Thanks for tuning.
Hey, my wife, she
Thank
on
you.
there. She checking us out too, and we're
Yeah,
glad
thank
to have you on here too. But
you. Yeah,
yeah, Nikki, I see. I know what you represent. I know you represent the Panthers, but it is what it is. We still Cowboys all day over here. Vivian, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing, Vivian? And yeah, we just I like to at the beginning of the show. I do like to like recognize the people that's really coming in with us from the start of it. Charlene, what's going on? That's good to
yeah,
see you on here. You doing all right? That's
yeah,
good now. But
yeah.
yeah, we just want to make this thing feel like we all just sitting around chit chatting in a group. Like we just like there was my boy Marcus. You know he here all the time. Hey, every day. Every
Thank
week we done did this, Marcus showed up and showed out.
you.
I
The
ain't
family.
gonna lie
Yeah,
now.
I
He
gotta give.
showed up and showed out.
I gotta give shouts out to the family, and Marcus, man. Hey, thanks for tuning in and representing, the No Sandbaggin podcast. You know what I'm saying? We really do appreciate it. But we got a big topic, we feel like talking about this evening, and the topic is you know, the Botox and the BBLs. You know what I'm saying? And while we speaking on that, we hoping we can help some young lady, someone that may be, self-esteem might be down, they might be depressed, they might be just going through things and feeling like they 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 person is just not suiting up to what they wanted to look like, and decides to do things that can hurt them in the long run or hurt them physically. And the reason why we jumped on that topic, because that's the reason we just want to try to get across to someone. But is it for me myself? I feel like BBLs and this Botox stuff is becoming a norm. It's like getting gas in your car now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it's something that it's like just making women just look a certain way to try to come across to someone, something, or just trying to build their morale up or whatever. I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like it's becoming a norm and becoming so unattractive. Because I never have been in the one to be as far as like ecstatic over some BBLs or Botox. It don't attract me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm just trying to let all these young ladies, you're already beautiful. Don't you ain't got to be going through all that to try to get a point across or trying to be a copycat in the world of following behind something that could hurt you in the long run.
Oh, okay, Jay. I see you jump right off into that. You slid right on into it. But the main thing we're gonna talk about, like we always do in the show, there ain't no judgment or no
Right,
kind of criticizing. No, we're not trying to bring nobody down. We're not trying to body shame. Not trying to socially shame anybody on here. The main thing we're trying to get across tonight, and we want to talk about it. We just want to talk about the situation. What are your thoughts on it? Why do you think? Why do you think? This VVLs, Botox, and all these other enhancement things are seem to be the norm. Seem like everybody wants to try to have that. It's a lot of things that go through my head on a daily as to why, but I mean that's just me. Everybody has their own opinion about it, and that's why on sandbagging, no sandbagging, we want you to speak about your opinion on it because all of us probably have a different outlook on it. But me as a male, I don't judge females that do it, but that's not nothing that I feel like you have to have to attract me because I'm not one in the world to attract. I just love myself for who I am, and I want all my females to love themselves for who they are. So BBLs is that if that's right now what you got to do to make yourself feel kind of comfortable in who you are. Hey, it's all steps, but to me, I don't really think it's necessary for a lot of women to actually do it, but that's just my opinion. And the main thing we want to base this on is what do you think is what brought all this to the forefront that is such a big thing now? And do you really think that women are really doing it for men, or why are they doing it? And also, do you think in the long run is something that could be detrimental to someone's health? I see Shawnee, she came in, she
Yeah.
said social media makes women think that they are only beautiful with weave and big butts. And now see that could be definitely one of the causes of social media is the cause of a lot of things that we do nowadays to try and make ourselves seem a certain way in front of other people. But I mean, that's just the way this world is set up now.
And another thing, I feel like I said, there's a lot of things that come with that situation. Is you have to love yourself first of all. Thanks for that comment, Denisha. But first of all, it's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of things that come with the situation. You're gonna be judged, even though you shouldn't care, but you're gonna be judged. People gonna try to take you to places that you are not. And first of all, your inside situation as far as connecting with someone is never going to change. But it can bring you to the point of changing your ways. It can pull you away from your family because you're thinking now that you are in a situation that people will accept you more, in which you shouldn't be needing that. And that's one of the biggest things for me, that it can change you as a person. And
Okay, Jay. But
yeah,
I want to go into our chat a little bit and see what they thinking about it, Jay, because I
yeah,
see what Marcus said. Marcus said he lost a friend who got BBL, and
right,
he said he actually referred natural bodies because he believed God made us all different but
exactly,
perfect in our own way. And man, Marcus, that's a big statement, bro,
yeah,
because we all are different, but God made us into a perfect form of who he thought we should be. So as far as doing all these enhancements and these different things to our body, do we really think that's in line with what he wants to do with our life? Because as Tanisha said, you got to love yourself and your natural body to even really feel comfortable in who you are. So I just want to know, give me some chat out there. What do you think? What do you think all this BBL what do you think it actually where it came from? Not necessarily that the people are getting it. Where do you think it came from, and why did it come? Why did it come into the forefront that is such a big thing now? What do you guys think? What do you think about that?
I think, well, for me myself, I think for myself, I could never. Just my opinion, just for me myself. Like I said, I couldn't see myself trying to settle down with someone that's taking on this much surgery on their body, because just not the surgery itself, its consequences come behind that surgery. Something that you got to maintain, like a car. Oil got to be changed and all kind of stuff. But this got to be maintained too. So now it's bringing on another situation. And then another thing, for me, I'm a low key guy. I like to keep to myself and be to myself. It would bring so much attention to a couple, to a significant other, just from just stepping outside the house. It's gonna bring attention. So it could bring attention some that you can't handle if you do decide to do that. You always got to have your mind focused on what you're gonna do. You need to really sit down and talk to somebody before you take on a situation like that, because it's consequences that comes behind that. You're gonna be judged in many ways. Some man could judge you in a way to being like, just my opinion, you are so easy. You are so, I look, this woman looking like I can just go ahead and get with her or something.
You
That's
know,
what,
you know though, though, Jay, you speaking on some truthful stuff, bro. And I
yeah,
understand your facts about how you feel about it. But I'm noticing in the chat that a lot of folks, the key word to keep coming up in the chat is self-esteem,
right,
low self-esteem to be exact, as to what may be the cause of not measuring up is something that I've seen in the chat also. But the thing is, I understand the low self-esteem and not measuring up. But what do you guys think actually made these doctors and stuff starting to push? Do you think it is the low? They realized there was so many people with low self-esteem is the reason that they started to push this into the normal stream of life. Like, this is something that can improve your looks, make you look better, make you feel better about yourself. Is Is that the reason they did it? Because they thought that a lot of people had low self-esteem. Because I definitely see low self-esteem in a lot of you guys chat. Yep. And look here, we see what you say. You say, I say these women are unhappy with themselves. God made everyone different. Ain't nobody saying if you don't love yourself, don't know. Ain't nobody else gonna. Man, that's big facts right there. That's big facts. Man, you got you got to love yourself. I don't care. Hey, straight off the track of BBLs, the key thing that really anything you do in this life, it starts with loving yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you're gonna find yourself getting in a whole lot of things that you shouldn't just because you don't. And nobody else, like you said, nobody else is gonna love you.
At the same time,
that's true.
To step off BBLs a little bit, this Botox. Botox is a situation, another thing to just change your whole features. You know what I mean? Just to have yourself looking like something entirely different that your mama birthed. I feel like that's throwing some stuff way off. It'll make me feel as if, as a just myself speaking, and I could be speaking for a whole lot of gentlemen, but for myself, I would be trying to figure out who you really are. It'd be hard for me to try to get myself together to try to even get to know you, because it can bring so much into a relationship, trying to just figure that person out from the way she done changed her features and just taking control of just changing everything about herself on the outside. So
hey, I just looked at I chat watch the whole time we on here because I like a lot of these comments that's coming from the chat. And Cassandra Brown said something that was true. She said a lot of it could come from people just that have been verbally abused, and people always telling them that they're not beautiful. I mean, as we know, a lot of people's self-esteem is based on what some people think of. A lot of people anyhow, which it shouldn't be, but it is. And someone constantly telling you that you're not beautiful could make you want to go out there and feel like I got to do something to myself to make myself look beautiful in their eyes. But that change that you do to yourself as far as the physical is not going to make you any more beautiful in their eyes. I can promise you that. It's not going to do it.
That's correct.
It's not going to do it. And look, and like Chantel said, Kardashians, they got a lot of that stuff on television. A lot of these young girls see them, they think, look Kim, look at her. Man, it's to the point that sometimes you actually go too far with things because you don't feel like you ever reaching that goal of really proving who you are to everybody. You thinking, I'm not beautiful enough. Let me do this. Let me add this to it. Let me do the Botox. Let me do the lip injections. Let me do the whatever injections. Let me twist this and tweak that. But in the end of the day, all that stuff don't make you no better as far as in the eyes of the beholder. Because I tell you right now, your natural beauty is definitely, that's coming from a man's standpoint. That's me as a man. Your natural beauty is what first attracts us to you. And a lot of us guys, we can tell when you got some of those things done to yourself. Right. And I mean, it's to each his own on that. But I just think that a lot of these things now are so common because go back to what Chantel said earlier. Social media is like stimulating this thing. Like you got to be this way, you got to look that way. And when you're young and easily influenced, you'll fall into the traps of that thing, believing that you got to change yourself to look a certain way.
You made a good point, though. As a man, the natural beauty stands up here. Doing certain things to yourself, your features, it drops it down a level. To me, myself, natural beauty outbeats surgical beauty for me. Hey, any more opinions on that? Hey,
I would love to have if we got a little time. I would love if we could get a woman or a man to come on here with us, a young woman preferably, because we're older. We've been through a lot. We've seen a lot. I want to know from a young woman's perspective on what she sees as the cause and the effect of this trend that's going on. I call it a trend because I think one day it's gonna probably fade away, but maybe it's something that's gonna last longer than a trend. But I don't know.
It's not only taking on the women nowadays. Just from researching here a little bit this week on the topic and whatnot, it's taking on men too.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
It's taking men too, and that baffles me. But it's to each his own. You know what I'm saying?
And that's a good thing, Jay. You speaking right, dog. Because we sitting there talking about women, man. Every time I look on social media, now I see something that a man doing to himself, trying to make himself look different, or come off as somebody he's really not. I mean, like for instance, losing your hair. We all gonna lose our hair one day if we live long enough. But why some of you guys feel like they got to do these whatever you call it, implants or whatever it is, that's something that's in them. And I don't knock it. Because at the end of the day, what makes you feel good? I don't know. All I can say is what makes me feel good. So I don't. That's why I'm not a judge. This is a no judgment zone. On No Sandbaggin, we don't judge nobody here. Nobody. I don't care what you do.
And another thing from researching up on this topic.
KK, what's going on? Good to see you.
Yo, what's up, Kayla? But the next, from researching a little bit on this topic this week, man, I found out that it's really taking on these young girls, 26 to 35 years old, and it's really taking on them a lot, man.
Where'd you get those numbers from?
Well, I Google stuff, you know what I mean. So pretty much. Pretty much on top of my game, but.
Boy, because it's such a random number. That's why I said, where you get these numbers from? 26 to 35.
Yeah, it ain't no side hustle on that ratio of age and everything. But and then the women that's getting over their 40s, it's really consequences coming with them because they really have to maintain this stuff more than their age because their body is not built the same as a younger lady. So
Yeah. But and that's, hey, Marcus, you got me right there, boy. That's why I was saying I wanted some younger people to come, because I know when we were younger, and like I said, there's a whole different generation now as far as bullying and people constantly bringing you down, trying to bring you down, talk down to you. It's a whole different generation. So I'm not one to sit here and try to tell you I know exactly what these young folks go through. That's why I would love to have a younger person get on and give me their perspective on it. But the thing is, when we were young, a lot of us, your brother, he picked at everything he could pick at. And I talked about anything I could talk about. But we kept that moving, and we didn't let it affect us to the point that we felt like we wasn't who we really were. We weren't like, oh man, I'm gonna do something to myself. Not as far as I knew. Most of my partners that I did pick to, they still here today. So I would say, nowadays, this generation here, it's a lot more public stuff out there because of social media. There's a lot more things that people see that we couldn't see back then. So I think a lot of the reasons why people are so instantly thinking that they got to do something to their body because they see it every day. It's out there every day.
And like Ant said, they want attention, that comes with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely, a lot of them want attention. Now, you don't do anything as far as your physical attributes unless you want some attention.
Yeah.
You don't do anything. That's it. I don't know whether it's from the male side or the female side, but you do want attention. I agree with that, Anthony. I totally agree with that.
I don't know what my sister, sister-in-law, she's now you don't think women that have babies deserve to get a little something done. Well,
Wow.
That's the cause of it too,
Hey, now that's definitely, sometimes I've seen that with a lot of women that had children just felt like they couldn't get rid of that little extra stuff that came along with having the child, and they felt like, I need to do something to just get this little bit of this and that, this little movement right in my midsection gone. And like I said, that's why I don't judge nobody for it, but what we are just doing is speaking on it, finding out, do you think it's something that women are doing trying to attract men? Because if I were to take a ratio or do a poll on men, how many men like the natural body, or how many men like the BBLs or whatever, it may be as far as cosmetics, I'm almost willing to bet you the highest percentage rate would be on the natural attributes of a woman. And the same thing with a female as far as us men. Y'all gonna want the natural stuff that we got. I mean, as we get older, a lot of that stuff gonna change. You just have to deal with it. Don't try to take what God gave you. If He lets you live long enough, deal with the changes that come along with it. Because we all gonna have changes that come physically in us. But one thing that never changes is who we are. That never changes.
Right.
All this physical outside stuff, it'll change. But the inside don't change who we are.
yeah, that's a point that I was trying to get across. You know, because the inside ain't gonna change. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna
Yeah.
you still gonna carry a little attitude. You still gonna have your way of thinking. You still gonna want to do this. And to get this across to you too, ladies, a lot of times when you get stuff done like that, just my opinion, I had to keep doing it like that because it's just my opinion. But most of the time, men just want control. First, they will accept that at first, but down the road, it's gonna be a control thing. Why you weighing this? Why you got to be so such? But they accept that at first, but something's gonna change eventually. So you have to be careful with that too. If you're gonna do it,
Well,
just be
yeah,
yourself. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Just try to handle it the best way you can and try to take care of your body because it's dealing with
You said, hey, it was Tabitha said she heard that the BBL starting to stink too. I don't know.
be truthful.
I don't know. Hey,
Yeah,
that's something I ain't heard yet, but that could be something to it. I'm not sure. But she said she heard they starting to stink. So if that's something that you guys have heard, hey, just say I heard it too. Just type in the chat. I heard it too. So hey, we'll leave that right there. The stinking thing. We'll leave that right there.
be truthful. It's some jacked up BBLs and Botox out here in the world.
We'll leave that right there.
So hey, try to get it straight with your doctor. You know what I'm
But
saying?
hey, it's just like I said. This thing with BBLs and all this stuff, like my sister said, it's a lot of women dying from these surgeries and stuff like that. So it's real serious.
Yes,
But
it
that's why we made it a topic that we wanted to talk about because it's real serious and it's something that we should really pay attention to because any life that's lost is a valuable life. If something is lost to something that you think that you're improving yourself and then you lose your life to it. That's a sad situation, and we just don't want to see our sisters go through that. And like I said, we're gonna keep on praying that one day everybody see the beauty in themselves God gave us. Now we got to cut that off because we're getting here towards the end of it. To the end of the show tonight, Jay. See how fast time go by, dog, when you talking?
yo, time be flying.
Man, time go by fast. I'm telling you, man. Got some good people on here. Hey, everybody's on here. I thank you, man, because hey, the comments y'all give us really bring insight to what we was actually looking for when we decided to do this topic. But and it's gonna come back around because we're not through talking about it. This is one of the ones you can't talk about in 15, 20 minutes. It's other levels and other areas that we need to go to as far as that go. Tonight, I appreciate all your comments and everything you guys gave us on this. Cause like I said, we just men. We're not judging. Men don't know what we're gonna go through. Y'all women ought to know more about it than we do. Yeah. And we thank y'all for even putting your 2 cents in on it. But we're gonna do it. Right before we go, Jay, we're gonna do a 2-minute trending topic. We're gonna do a 2-minute trending topic. I've been hearing all week for the past week about these guys talking about 100 men can beat a silverback gorilla. 100 men. Man, I'm telling you. Jay, what do you think about that? What do you think about that, man? Oh, look at that. That look like you in concert there sitting beside that gorilla, but hey, that's cool, boy.
Yeah, let me tell you how I feel about that, man. Hey, to each his own. You know, if you want to try to defeat a silverback with 100 men. I want to be the one that stay out of it. Because
hey, man, let me tell you this. Hey, take the screenshot down, Jay. Take that down, because I want you folks to see me. I want us to understand. Ain't no 100 men beating no silverback gorilla. Nah, let me tell you something. He gonna kill 50 of them when they first grab him. Yeah. So if you think you're gonna grab a silverback and beat him I've been seeing it all over social media. 100 men can beat. Man, ain't no 100 men alive gonna beat no silverback gorilla.
You got to tell the one what your homeboy told you about the silverback, man. If he be the first, whoever be the first one. What was that you said?
He said the first 10 gonna die. The first 10 to grab it, they gonna die. and look, unalive. They're gonna be unalive as they do on TikTok. Yeah. They're gonna be unalive. I promise you that.
Thanks, man. I'm trying to tell you.
So let me tell you that's not gonna happen. But it was just a funny topic I've been seeing all week. trending all week long, y'all.
I'm with you. It's not gonna happen without a
Like
weapon.
what I said, without a weapon, yeah, you better have a bunch of weapons too. But you know, the silverback get mad, it's over. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, y'all, I just want y'all to know that this stuff that we talk about on here is not for no judgment. It's not to put nobody down. It's just about having conversations about things. And like I said about that BBL and Botox and stuff, we're gonna come back around to it because it's different layers to that. There's other things we need to say about it. So we couldn't knock it all out tonight, but we definitely gonna get back on it. And y'all, hey, we so appreciate y'all coming, spend a little time with you boys.
no doubt.
Hey, Jay, we appreciate them coming through, don't we?
Yeah, but bro, one thing I want to tell you, man, I love you, man.
I love you too, dog. And y'all, hey, we love y'all just as much as we love each other. Y'all have a good night. And remember, like I tell y'all, play the hand you dealt. No sandbagging. We out.